sitting in the pocket of the swing is really good, really natural. Don't push it any further or hold that anymore, it's really good. What I'd advise you to do is check out different approaches then to the piano. You know, stylistically it's in quite a narrow space, so you could add more modal approaches to it and some stuff we can talk about pianistically that's a bit more varied.
Yeah, my theory is great.
Say again?
My theory is great.
It's all good. It's, you can all the time in the world. And the beautiful, you know, you started to go places with it, especially at the beginning of your third solo, and you went with it actually. Don't be afraid to do the same idea twice, as it were, or to take it to its logical conclusion. I do that a lot as well. What you do is you start off with a really hip idea, and you're almost afraid of doing it again because you think I've got to show that I know more stuff. You know, I don't want to play it really simple or play it safe. Doing this, repeating the same device. Repetition is one of the most basic devices in our arsenal of things to do as an improviser that will really build a synergy with you as a group. So you've got bass players going with you, and again, they're repeating. There's a call and response element to it as well. And you know, you're really following your idea from start to finish. Don't just start something and not finish it. That was really, really cool. You can also use different registers of the piano. You've got all those octaves there, so you can do some counterpoint, maybe just playing lines with your right and your left hand together. You know, left hand bells, and then, you know, up here, and then up. So there's contrast. You can really use the full range of the piano. That was great. It's really, really cool. So yeah, observations. Listening to the bass lines that you're playing. I'd again just say, and drums wise as well, keeping it really, really simple, really nailing the quarter notes. Still hearing it, but then it's cool. That, you know, that's important. But actually, if you can get away with just making those just quarter notes for one chorus, here's a little experiment as well. Once a drummer was telling me it's one of these epiphanal aha moments that he had in his life, where he was a bit of a space cadet, and he left his kit behind. He just turned up to a rehearsal somehow with just the right cymbal. And he said it was one of the most life-changing experiences because he thought there was a kit there, it was just his ride, and he had to do pretty much the whole, actually I'll get it, let me just get this right. He left his hi-hat. So he had to get all of the swing out of just the ride cymbal and the occasional use of the snare. You know, and the power of the swing is often in those quarter notes. So you're feeling the four notes. Those things are skip notes in between. They're not part of the feel. It's it ends up feeling so much more positive and bouncy if you've got the weight behind those quarter notes. You know what I mean? Same. You know what you've got going on there. You've got to be percussive, but you're still a rhythm section, all of you. You know, and we can talk about comping as well in a second. Yeah. But nailing those quarter notes, so everything that you're playing in between are skip notes. You know, you could have used actually even more skip notes, but having just the weight of what you're doing. So, you know, I'm just singing rhythm really, because that's what you're. And the more you synergize or lock in with what the drummer's doing, it's just the more fun it is for an improviser to play over the top, or the more synergized you sound as a group. Yeah, let's play one more chorus. I'll improvise. There'll be time for bass on as well, and I'll play one, and then we'll think about comping as well. The whole way through, just thinking about call and response is really important. 1, 2,